Black Panther has been a major force in Marvel Comics for almost 60 years, and in that time has been part of several significant storylines. The best reflect why he has become such an integral member not just of the Marvel Universe, but the superhero genre as well. They also hint at where the character is going in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. The upcoming movie draws heavily on the long-standing comic book feud between Wakanda and Atlantis, and the trailers tease other comic book connections as well. Fans looking for insight into Black Panther's MCU future will likely discover clues in his best comic books from the 1960s to the present. Updated on October 5, 2022 by Darby Harn. The new trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever reveals a major war between Namor and Talokan. Atlantis has been renamed for the MCU, and Wakanda. This draws directly from the best Black Panther comic book story arcs, which include major battles between the two Marvel kingdoms. These comics also connect to other comic book threads the MCU likely weaves into live action. A new Black Panther emerges from a major conflict with Doctor Doom, one the movie seems to be realizing as T'Challa's successor. Doctor Doom's conflict with Wakanda may also factor in the movie, as the best Black Panther comics reveal to fans. See Wakanda and I. Black Panther may play some role in the upcoming Secret Invasion streaming series as he did in Marvel Comics. See Wakanda and I ranks among the best Black Panther comic book arcs for its potential MCU connections, but also how great a showcase it is for T'Challa as a superhero. The Wakanda King proves his courage, skill, and cunning to the invading Skrull's detriment. The story ties into the larger crossover event in Black Panther number 39 and number 40, but doesn't require an understanding of the overall story. All fans need to know is that Black Panther doesn't appreciate invaders, something Namor and the Talokans may learn as well in Wakanda Forever. Enemy of the State spans several issues in writer Christopher Priest's key run in Black Panther Vol. 3. The 1998 volume contributed significantly to Wakanda mythos, including introducing the Dora Milaje, the Black Panther's elite guard. They play a key role in this storyline, helping T'Challa defeat a coup d'etat. This battle for the throne played some role in the first Black Panther movie, but may again, given the power vacuum that exists in Wakanda after T'Challa's tragic death. The storyline also pits Black Panther against the Avengers after he reveals that he only joined the Avengers in the first place to spy on them. The Black Panther's origin story, told in Fantastic Four number 52 and 53, makes for essential reading. These issues, written by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, count among the best because they lay out much of the Black Panther iconography right at the beginning. The name, costume, and some mythology of the character come nearly fully formed. The story is also significant because this is the first black superhero ever not just in Marvel Comics, but in mainstream superhero comics, making this storyline historically significant for the medium. The Bride storyline Black Panther number 1415 in 2006 unites two of the most powerful characters in Marvel Comics. Black Panther marries Storm in this story arc, making one of the most powerful X-Men the Queen of Wakanda. This monumental storyline may also hint at potential MCU developments much further down the road. The story arc brings together the worlds of the Avengers and the X-Men, which continues to have repercussions to this day in Marvel Comics. Though the two are no longer married, their relationship remains a key pole of influence in current comics as Krakoa and Wakanda learn to coexist. Killmonger's Rage appears in issue number 18 of the third volume of Black Panther comics and greatly expands on the character and motivation of Killmonger, among the most powerful Black Panther villains. Writer Christopher Priest takes the character, originally introduced in the 1970s, and makes him a complex man who embraced the values and habits of the outside world. He becomes much more compelling and after this issue, perhaps Chala's greatest enemy. Though Killmonger died in the first Black Panther movie, much speculation surrounds his possible return in the new movie, and these comics may hold clues as to how he could continue in live action. Sturm und Drang comic book fans know fictional countries in Marvel Comics like Wakanda and Latveria are often at odds. Sturm und Drang takes that concept to its limits by putting Wakanda at war with Doctor Doom's Latveria and Atlantis, led by Namor. This ranks among the best Black Panther story arcs for numerous reasons, not least of which is its likely MCU influence. The story explores how much of a national leader Chala is in the context of his also being a superhero, and also sharpening the lines between him and his enemies in other countries. The storyline ran in Black Panther, Vol. 3, number 2629, and had profound ramifications for all characters involved. Secret Wars, 2015. Black Panther often fights threats to Wakanda, but in the 2015 mega comic book event Secret Wars, he fought for all existence. This epic storyline gives Black Panther control of the Infinity Gauntlet, using it to help reset the destroyed multiverse. Black Panther wears the gauntlet as he leads a massive assault on the fortress of God Emperor Doom. This storyline likely influences the upcoming Avengers. Secret Wars movie in 2025 to some degree, and the groundwork could be laid in Wakanda forever. That proves especially true if Doctor Doom, among the best Marvel Comics supervillains ever, does turn out to be behind the Wakanda-Talokan conflict. Prelude to Infinity: The war between Talokan and Wakanda in the MCU likely draws from years of comic book story arcs, including Prelude to Infinity. This 2013 storyline saw Shuri launch an all-out attack on Atlantis in her role as Black Panther, essentially destroying it. She does this as Chala works with Namor on the reformed Illuminati. The attack fulfills a promise Shuri made to get revenge for Namor devastating Wakanda, with a tidal wave during Avengers vs. X-Men, an event that clearly inspired the upcoming movie. A massive tidal wave crashes through the Wakanda throne room in the trailers. The Illuminati comic book fans know the Illuminati serve a key role in several modern comic book storylines, including Secret Invasion. That makes their origin in New Avengers #1 all the more important for MCU fans. The comic book reveals that Black Panther declined an invitation to join the council when it formed, fearing how it might lead to negative consequences. Those negative consequences played out exactly as Chala imagined in various story arcs, including Time Runs Out and Planet Hulk. He did later join a revamped council, including Namor, possibly hinting at live-action developments down the road. The Client kicked off the third volume of Black Panther comics, written by Christopher Priest with art by Mark Texeira and Vince Evans. The story arc excels in providing a modern and mature take on the character. It's also important for being the run that introduces the Dora Milaje as well as Everett Ross, who would go on to become significant elements of the comics in the MCU. In the story, Chala goes to New York City to investigate a missing woman, which leads him down unexpected paths. The White Tiger potentially appears in the MCU, as the MCU continues to expand the Wakandan universe in an upcoming Disney Plus streaming series. The Man Without Fear. New York City continued to be a major factor for Black Panther when he took over the role of Daredevil in the comics for a time. The Man Without Fear serves as a great Black Panther comic book story arc for how it gets the character back to basics. At the time, Chala had recently recovered from major injuries. His sister, Shuri, had taken over as Black Panther. Without the trappings of his role or office, Chala learns to simply be a hero and a man of the people in Hell's Kitchen. Doomwar. The Doomwar storyline sees Dr. Doom try to acquire the vibranium of Wakanda for use in his magic, but the result leaves all vibranium being rendered inert and useless to the country. The battle leaves Chala in a coma, and Shuri takes over the role of Black Panther in an epic storyline that very likely will have some influence on the MCU. Shuri counts among the most powerful Black Panther variants in Marvel Comics, and her journey through this arc and those following seem to provide a roadmap for MCU fans of where the character is going in live action. Dark Reign. Shuri served as Black Panther in the comics through Dark Reign, a key storyline that likely also bearing on future MCU developments. This story arc continues the conflict between Wakanda, Atlantis, and Latveria, as well as weaves in Norman Osborn's formation of the Dark Avengers. The Dark Avengers may form in the MCU or fold into the evolving Thunderbolts concept, which takes former villains and places them in heroic roles like John Walker as Captain America or Yelena Belova as Black Widow. Panther's Rage ran in Jungle Action number 624 in the early 1970s and saw Black Panther face off against the Ku Klux Klan. The story arc demonstrates how Black Panther has always been a great vehicle for confronting complex social issues. Other superhero comics at the time rarely took on such subjects with the same determination. The story is also key in comic history, as it is considered by some to be the first true Marvel graphic novel, with one story spanning years of issues. A Nation Under Our Feet. A Nation Under Our Feet counts as perhaps the best modern example of Black Panther confronting major social issues. Writer Ta-Nehisi Coates explores the unvarnished history of Wakanda, not just in relation to the rest of the world, but the rest of Africa, which did not enjoy the bounty or fortune of Wakanda thanks to vibranium. Many questions emerge from the complex and nuanced storyline with no real answers, indicative of Coates' time on the title, which had a triumphant 3-year run.